And we're back. Welcome to the Culture and Cannabis Podcast. My name is JC Coates. I will be your host today. As you can see, I'm here by myself. My partners are up in Reno. Looks like one of our guests stood me up today. So listen, you're dealing. Yeah, see, isn't that a lonely sight? You know, just me and the two other microphones. But listen, I got enough value to keep it rolling. And listen, Tony, our partner, who's usually sitting in my chair, is out on the hustle. He's getting it in northern Nevada, up in Reno. Tony, what's up, man? You out there?
What's good, Jeffrey?
Boom.
You know what? It's always 5 o'clock in Reno, baby. So we're over here at Maria Chuy's Fine Mexican Kitchen. This is the best Mexican restaurant in all of North Nevada. Probably the best Mexican restaurant in all of Nevada, maybe on the West Coast. And they definitely have one of the biggest tequila and mezcal selection that you could have. I'm here with the one and only Derek from Planet 13, Trendy,
Nice.
Ha-Ha. And just one of our really good friends.
I'm here on assignment, testing out all the best tequilas here.
Nice.
So, we're starting with the mezcal and then working our way through that first.
We're working on a Cadillac margarita right now.
Nice. You know, Derek's keeping it classy with the mezcal, and Tony's like, "Yo, give me the Cadillac, extra salt, right?" I like it. Listen, what's going on in Reno, man? What are you up there for? What's happening?
We ironically, me and Derek coming up here at the same time. But we're just up here meeting with people in the industry, right? Trying to connect with the community up here. As you know, JC, and a lot of people know, I lived here for almost 8 years. And so it just feels good to get back to my roots, so where I started in the cannabis industry. And just, it's so crazy too, because, there's new dispensaries opening, new brands that are coming that are basing out of Reno. And it's funny because I meet these people who have either come to the cannabis convention or Bartender Fight Club, or have seen you and me on Instagram, or watch us eat food. So it's just awesome, all the support and just how everyone is behind us when it comes to the Reno community. I just love it so much.
Yeah, I love it too. It's just a different vibe up there, and I love it, and I love that my partner is king of the north up there, because when you go up there, man, it's like it's just getting wavy, right? Like you could just feel the Fulltime wave rolling in. It's a beautiful thing. Listen, I got a couple questions. For you. So, you just made the Mary Jane Power Player sneak peek list that just came out for Mary Jane. Cheers on that. Congratulations. How does it feel?
Thank you, brother.
What did it, how did it feel to make that list? Who did you have to become? What did it take? What did you have to do to make that list?
Well, the first thing I have to thank the whole Culture and Cannabis team. I got to thank you. I got to thank Chuck. I got to thank Joy, Leilani, Dean, Renard, everyone that's ever helped us, Derek, everyone that's been in my corner since day one. I got to thank them first, man, because honestly, I would be nowhere without you guys. And literally, I just feel like I have the best camp in America, bro. I just feel like I'm surrounded by the biggest killers and some of the best people in the entire world that I can trust wholeheartly. And so I think that's where that comes from. I also have to give a shout out to my parents too, because they raised me right. So I think those two things have been that's a big thing. Keep your head down, work, but I get around a special group of people, and that's when special things happen.
I'm pretty sure there was a Dope Magazine article that came out a few years ago that really put Tony on the map.
Yes. Hey, that graphic Derek, with Tony's face was so sick. Yeah,
man. No, dude, it's honestly wonderful.
Yeah, well, listen, congratulations, and listen, it doesn't just happen. You don't just end up around the right people, right? You just don't end up in the situations that you're in, right? Sometimes you have to fight and claw to get there, and I've watched you do that through the years. It's been an honor to be able to work with next to you, and low key kind of be a big brother here and there at times, and it's been a pleasure to watch you grow and become this fucking monster that FullTimeTony is becoming, and it's keep after it, dog.
You know what's so funny? I was literally last night when we were sitting, we were with Brandon from Harmonious CBD. We're up there, Derek. We were just like, yo, all we're missing is JC right now. And I was literally, it was kind of like, I took a moment to kind of like soak it in being around it, because all you, Derek, you, Brandon, have all been like big brothers to me, right? I got into this industry fresh out of college. I was 20 when I first got into it in the medical market, and then 21 when I went recreational. And so, when you're a young cat like myself who has a lot of aspirations, you can make some pretty bad mistakes. And I'm just really happy I had guys like you around me to be like, dog, don't fucking do that, bro. You really got to make sure you're Q's and your T's. And so, a big brother role, man, I feel like, I love you guys. I also want to punch you guys in the face sometimes, but that's why I love you guys even more. And that's, and that's really what it comes down to. You know what I'm saying? It's like at the end of the day, I know who's got my back and I know whose back I got.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Listen, next question I got for you. Listen, all right. So, Tony, you started the first ever cannabis convention in Northern Nevada. You're now basically the COO of Culture and Cannabis, which was now pre-COVID an event-based brand. What can we see regarding events from you, from our group this year as we get past COVID?
Culture and Cannabis is going to be taking a very aggressive approach to events come the end of 2021, beginning of 2022. Events has obviously been the bread and butter for Culture and Cannabis for so many years, and something that that helped build who I am today with the Cannabis Convention, Bartender Fly Club, and being able to be a part of the Culture and Cannabis family. So I'm just really excited to see the rawest motherfucker in the game, JC Coates, get back into his natural progression of throwing the baddest events Nevada's ever seen. And I just can't wait to bring the Culture and Cannabis event style and mix it with the Cannabis Convention and create this ultra event that Nevada's going to have the pleasure of being able to go to.
Yeah, I think it's going to be beautiful, man. And, like us, as we move into new events and as we work together, right, like the event is, I think it's going to have a little bit of, my influence, your influence, right, put it together, and it's going to create this super experience, right, that we haven't seen before. I'm really excited to share that with everybody. But yeah, dude, keep killing it in Reno. I got a couple of questions for Derek. Derek, can I ask you a couple questions?
Don't let get him off that easy,
So listen, all right, Derek, what's it like to sell cannabis? What personality traits does a guy like you need to be successful selling cannabis in the market today?
So that's a great question, actually. And I would say, from a foundational standpoint, it matters where you are. So, if you're in California, you got to be a little bit different than you're in Nevada. You just have to know people, and it's like knowing those types of characteristics that you look for in, say, Northern Nevada and Southern Nevada, Southern California, and Northern California. Everyone's different. There's different vibes there. There's a slowed down pace, and there's a let's go pace. I'm from New York, so I'm of the mindset that's always been let's fucking go, let's get it done, straight shooter. I don't waste any time. So when I moved to the West Coast, I really had to dial that back a lot. I first realized that in wine sales in Los Angeles.
You think?
I realized that people were just at a different pace. So it's really about just like dialing it back, slowing down your aggressive sales tactics a little bit, and more figure out what your buyers need, what your clients need, figure those people out, what makes them tick. And so, for Northern Nevada and Las Vegas, as for example, Las Vegas is its own animal, it's its own beast. You do have to be a bit of a go-getter, a hustler, and not take no for an answer. And I would say in any aspect of your life, hey, Chewy.
just like this guy. Perfect timing, right? Perfect timing. This is one of the biggest hustlers in Reno, Nevada. One of the biggest gangsters that Reno, Nevada's ever seen, bro.
Chewy, how you doing, sir?
Yeah.
Well, I'm right next to you guys. Bring it on and let finish it.
He can't.
He's our Mariano Rivera. He's the closer. He opens up the game and he finishes it.
Nice.
But yeah, JC, coming back to the Reno thing, up here it's a different vibe. The people here are different, and I just think it takes time. You got to build relationships with people, build it with local establishments like places like Chewy's. That's in the heart of Reno. Everyone knows it. Everyone comes here to drink and everything. So obviously there's no places for people to smoke yet. So Chewy's embraced this cannabis culture to an extent, right? Even though he can't have consumption on site, he's not opposed to it. I'm sure there's a great little patio out front that I'm sure he wouldn't be calling the cops on either. So there's elements to it. But as far as sales go, JC, man, it's just really knowing your customer, knowing the people you're dealing with, and making sure you keep them happy, dude. Don't rub people the wrong way. If you feel like someone's rubbing you the wrong way, back off, give it some time, and then reassess, reevaluate, and come back again. Don't let it scare you off.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I would attest to that. I've done a little bit of cannabis sales myself, and sometimes when you get that no, you know what I mean. You might want to take it personal or whatever, but like there's so many other variables that take place that that really don't include you, right? That really gives you that chance to kind of go back, right, regroup, and maybe try to hit on another piece of value. Listen,
there's always things at play that are up here that when you're not executive level or C level, you may not never even know about it. So there's things that are out of your hands. You just have to remember that.
Exactly. Yeah. Stay patient. Stay after it. Be a hustler, guys. Go back and listen to that. Derek dropped some value points. Listen, Derek, what was your biggest month of cannabis sales ever year to date, and what made it possible for you to achieve that?
Last December of 2020, which is normally a very slow month for sales guys, at least in my field. People are kind of, slowing down their buying. In Las Vegas specifically, it's a little bit of a slower time. Winter time is kind of a dead season in Vegas. So we see less tourism. The COVID thing didn't help, right? So there was a lot of factors working against me. And so what I did was I looked at the market and I said, what does everyone do every November? They drop their prices, they offer discounts, they offer deals, end of the year blowouts, right? Well, I don't have stuff sitting around in stock that has been, it's going to expire. It's all fresh products. So I don't have stuff to give away for peanuts, but I do have the ability to work with my margins. And so, we have an aggressive price point, but I left some room there. So if I ever said, damn, Derek, if you're down in the trenches and you need to get down and dirty with pricing to go against some of the other value players, you have that ability. You might have to take a hit, which is what I did. I took a light hit on my commission, but my company took a hit with me. So, by lowering our prices for the entire month of December, I was able to sell more and make more. And we hit our biggest month of all time, 305K in December. And then we followed it up, a notable number, not to mention January, we did 302K, and prices went back up to normal pricing. So
nice.
How about that? So yeah, we're there, man. And now that's my benchmark and fucking, to the moon from now.
That's beautiful, man. Give your salespeople a little wiggle room, guys. Give them a little wiggle room.
Don't cut your legs out from under you before you need to. Right? That's my best advice as somebody who's coming up with a strategy on how to price their product. Get as much as you can in the beginning, and then you're always going to have to be worked down, right? The people are going to always work you down or try to work you down. So always give yourself that room where you can come down and still feel good about it.
Yeah, 100%. It's always good to have a little wiggle room, and that's like half the fun, right? In the cannabis industry, is the wheeling and dealing, right? And making all that happen. I love that. Last question, Derek. You work for the largest cannabis superstore in the world, right? It's the largest. It's ginormous, right? What does a brand have to do to stand apart in your store?
Honestly, there's a lot of variables, right? But what really goes a long way is aesthetics. So it's got to have brand appeal, customer appeal. It's got to have some nice visual element to it. Stuff that's in your plain Jane, basic kind of packaging is really not something that we're looking for. We really want stuff that's going to stand out. So that, when people come in, put it this way, you come into Planet 13, it's a different store than any other store in the world. We have a tourist base there. It's an entertainment complex is what we're trying to build. So people know that they're coming in there to spend money. They come in there, they come to Vegas. Let's just say this, they come to Las Vegas to spend money. And we know that. And they come there for the experience. So we're able to charge a premium, and it makes sense for us. Now, as far as like what brands need to do, come in with an aggressive price point that you can go against all the other competitors in our store at. Talk to our buyer. If you tell him you want to be in our store, he'll tell you what you need to be at. And if you can make it work for your brand, well, shit, you got a better chance than people that aren't going to budge on price. It's about visibility with Planet 13, man. You get in our store, the world's your oyster. I mean, you have so much visibility as a whole, nationwide, globally. So many people come into our store from all over the world that if they recognize a brand and it stands out, they're going to buy you, first of all. They're going to buy your product, and then they're going to take that back to wherever they go. They're like, man, this is the coolest store ever. Look at this cool, little keepsake I brought back, And so I think it goes a long way. So packaging and just knowing your competition, knowing where you need to sit on that price point. And last but certainly not least, quality product. We have a great quality control team, a.k.a. Brandon Garcia. My guy, he's our purchasing manager, our buyer over at Planet 13, and he's a rock star. If it doesn't pass his sniff test, well, it don't get past him.
That's good, man. Well, I mean, a lot of the themes sound like normal, kind of like retail, right? Like, for those of you guys that are listening, right? Like, listen, cannabis is not, it's not anything, like, it's not the devil, right? It's not reefer madness out there. And hopefully it's coming to a city near you. And if it is, you're probably going to see me and Tony, out there.
Orange County's next.
Orange County's coming. Chewy, what's going on? What's on the grill today, man? What's the best thing to get?
You know what? I'm just so happy to see with these guys right here, right now. I love surprises.
Yeah. Well,
here with me, and what a great company.
Thank you, Chewy. That means the world. That means the world to us. And I think we've seen you basically raise Tony, from a young man to what he is today. Well, we appreciate that. Tony, listen,
JC, real quick, I just want to say, dude, if before we get Tony back on, if you're in Reno and you like Mexican, like traditional Mexican, and if you like tequila, come to Chewy's.
Yes.
It is how many 160 tequilas.
Yes.
160 tequilas and mezcals.
Incredible.
Here I wish I could turn the phone around, but I know it's awesome crowds. On hand, ready to rock and roll. I mean, he has some of the best. What's the one with the bell?
Oh my goodness, that's Classy Azul.
Classy Azul.
Casa de Azul.
And then we have Pogonero. And then we have 1942. And then we have Backstab. And then we have Timador, Cazador.
Cream of the crop.
Man.
Everything. Every tequila, and then we're sipping on some
Cadillacs.
Nice.
Yeah. Hey, cheers. Salute.
Cheers. Listen, we appreciate you guys. Take us out. You got anything else? Any parting words for us?
Listen,
Z-Bar.
if you're in Reno right now, tonight, 8:30, Z-Bar, come see me, this guy. Let's smoke some weed together. Let's get a couple drinks. Let's have a good time. We're going to see where the night takes us. And the other thing I want to say is that something that JC always says to me is that it's not guaranteed. It ain't going to be easy, but it's possible. So make it fucking happen.
Woo! That's it, man.
Wise words.
I love you guys. Appreciate it.
I need one of you.
Oh. We might be able to sort you out.
You guys want?
Nice. Listen, man. I mean, that's what it's all about. Listen, when I started this thing, I think the saying is, you overestimate what you can do in a year, but you underestimate what you can accomplish in 5 years. And it's just mind blowing to see, now have partners, and half of our organization is in Oklahoma. Some of it's in Northern Nevada. Some of us are here. We're recently, one of our COVID pivots was to build, more value in our written content. So now we just brought on new writers, all through the Midwest. Looks like we have a writer in Illinois now. We have a writer in Oklahoma. Looks like we're going to have a new one come on in Texas. So we're just growing and growing. It's just an incredible experience. And listen, I think last year we sold about $1 million in cannabis, and I don't say any of that stuff to impress you, but to impress on you that it is possible, right? Just like Tony said, I'm a high school dropout. I have a medical marijuana story. These things are possible, right? I don't have a license. We did this through a license, building a brand and building value through people and personal relationships and building community, and in turn selling those things to those people in that community that they value, right? And so this can be done. I know a lot of the Nevada situation, especially, and some other states for sure that have the limited licensing kind of environments, that a lot of people are getting left out, and it's really messed up. And I think our community is kind of coming together. I'm proud of a lot of people stepping up for the social equity part of what's happening. But what it does is, and I always, this is important for me to talk about, is like, because of the limited license situation, and because certain people, and myself included, feel like they were left out of the license process, they just give up and they think that they can't get in, or that's the barrier, and so it's just over for them. And a lot of times it's not the case, right? And so for me, we've found other pathways to get into the cannabis industry without the multi-millions dollars and getting the license, but instead we built it through value, through building a content marketing framework, and focusing value on our products and our customer base. And guys, if you subscribe to any of that, follow me on Instagram, jc.coates. Get on our website, check out all of our media outlets, cultureandcannabislv.com. You can check out our foodie show. It looks like we have a bunch of new flower packages that dropped at some of our retail partners in Northern Nevada, here in Las Vegas as well. We have a full dispensary stock list on our website, so you can check that out. But listen, I'm going to leave you guys with that. My name's JC Coates. That was a Culture and Cannabis podcast, and we'll catch you guys next time. Peace.